Yes, my people. It's another episode of Blocks to Bags.
Come on,
I'm
we
your boy
live.
Beej,
I'm your boy Seb.
and as you guys know, this episode is all about business, entrepreneurship, creators, giving you guys the hacks, the tools, the networks you need to survive, to thrive in this panoramic. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to make a content machine in 2023. We're going to be talking about how to make your podcast viral. We're going to be talking about how to make money from your content, even if you haven't gone viral yet. You excited?
I'm excited. We've been chatting about content. We've been telling you, man, content is king. You know what I'm saying? And now we're going to tell you guys how to essentially build a content engine. We're going to break down what a content engine actually is.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tell you how to build one and how you can actually start monetizing without reaching millions and millions of views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So, as a quick little intro, we got ChatGPT, our friend, to whack one
You
up.
gotta love it, yeah.
We said, hey, ChatGPT, how to start a content machine in 2023. ChatGPT came back to us. Maybe I do a paragraph, you do a paragraph.
Okay, let's
it
go.
says, welcome to the Entrepreneur's Blueprint, the podcast that helps budding entrepreneurs turn their business dreams into reality. Today's episode is all about building a content machine and getting paid from it in 2023.
I might as well go with the accent. In today's digital age, content is king. It is the backbone of any successful marketing strategy, and it has the power to attract and engage your target audience. However, creating high quality content consistently can be a daunting task. That's where a content engine comes in.
And it goes, a content engine is a system that produces and distributes high quality content consistently. Michael put some clips here for us to have a look at content digitally.
You know what I'm saying?
It involves a combination of people, processes, and technology all working together to ensure that your content creation process is streamlined and efficient. Well, for a well-oiled content machine, you can create content that resonates with your audience and drives results for your business.
But how do you build a content engine that not only drives traffic and engagement, but also generates revenue? That's where we come in. In this episode, we will be discussing the key steps to building a content engine that pays. From identifying your target audience and creating content that speaks to their pain points, to leveraging social media and email marketing to monetize your content, we will cover it all.
We will be featuring a special guest, as in us, who have built successful content engines and now making a living from it. They will share their insights, strategies for creating content engine that only drives traffic but also generates revenue.
Yeah.
So whether you're an entrepreneur looking to build your online presence,
Or an established business owner looking to take your content marketing to the next level,
this episode is for you.
get ready to learn how to build a content engine and get paid from it in 2023.
Come on.
Let's go.
Cool. So obviously, that's what our friend ChatGPT thinks we're going to talk about today, and I think we will talk about that.
Yeah, 100%.
I think a great place to start is, obviously, we've broken down what a content engine is a few times here.
Mm-hmm.
But just like in terms of block vocabulary and,
Yeah.
and block terms,
Yeah.
I think the content engine essentially is your library of content that you have created or curated
Mm-hmm.
that you are planning, processing and reviewing often, and it might live on your socials, it might live on your website, it might live in your email database,
On your YouTube.
but the content
wherever.
engine is basically that master database, that master hub where everything you've created lives, and then you turn it into engine by then starting to put processes in place around when that content is released and reviewing and seeing how that content performs. Different companies have different ways of, dealing with things. In businesses that I run, we often have asset library. We have a shared drive on a Notion and also on Google Drive where anyone in a team around the world can literally jump in and see photos, see videos, see clips of things that they may need for decks or projects that they're putting together. So content engine for me and my team works really well as it enables us to move at speed and not always have to chase our tail with, where is this thing? Where is that thing? We know that we have that place, that library that acts as our source of the content. And then the engine side of things is us working with a social media consultant to then plan out when the content comes out. So we often have a weekly 30-minute check-in at the end or the start of the week where we look at the schedule for the upcoming week. And then in the schedule, we have the copy, we have the video file, and then we also have audience that we're expecting to interact with the content. This is just a very simple way of doing it that we do, and there are other more complex ways. But yeah, how's the content engine
Yeah.
work in your life?
Yeah, I'd love to break it down in relation to Notion Capital and the VC fund I work for. Obviously, if you guys haven't been tuned into our episodes, you know that for the last year and a half, I've been revolutionizing the VC industry in Europe and building actually a content engine for Notion Capital. So that was one of the reasons why they kind of hired me slash poached me. They were like, we need a content engine. And essentially what I was planning to do was to take it from just one or two posts on LinkedIn, little blog post here and there, maybe a tweet here and there, to creating a content engine and a content calendar that's consistent. So there's two parts to this. There's the content creation and then there's the content distribution. A lot of people find it hard to do the content distribution part of it, and that's why it's very important to have a system and spreadsheets in place. You talked about Notion, and just to know, like, here's where I'm going to post. I need to post multiple times. These are the dates and things that I'm going to post on. So with Notion, when I first came in, I noticed that they were creating some blog posts, but they weren't posting it enough. So the first thing that I did was like, and this is one of the principles of building a content engine, how do you take a core piece of content and break it down into blocks that you can post on social media across the week? So it's not just like one boring kind of thing. So what I started doing was I looked at some of the blog posts that they were creating, and this is a really easy one that you can kind of do, but you have one blog post, and then I was picking up quotes and stuff from it and creating little graphic cards and graphic images from the quotes from the blog posts. And then I would post those onto LinkedIn, and I would drive traffic back onto our website telling people, hey, here's a really interesting quote from this blog post. If you want to find out more about it, just click the link and it will take you back to our blog post. So for me, I think distribution is an important part of that. We know we live in an attention economy, right? It's not just enough to just post once. You need to be posting, every single day, or at least every couple days, right? So it's a matter of like finding what kind of content you have, building around that, and finding out how to essentially maximize that kind of content distribution. And I like to do this through blocks. So as I told you, we first started off with articles. I said, that's not enough. We got to take it to the next level. That's
Right.
where videos came in, right? Come on. So just a couple stats before we move forward. Did you know that there's 4.4 million blog posts published every day across all platforms? Crazy. And there's 3.7 million videos uploaded to YouTube every single day.
That's a lot of content. And there's a decade worth of music also uploaded every day on Spotify and on music platforms. So
It's crazy.
there's a lot of content out there. So
Yeah.
when you're building your content engine, always remember it's not always just about the content. It's about the creative. It's also about the timing. There's so many factors, but it's a much more saturated market than it ever was. It's become more easier to enter the market, but so much harder to get traction
100%.
if you're going with the same content everywhere.
100%. So that's why I told them, man, you need to switch it up to video. Vlogs just ain't enough. So one of the things that we've started doing now is, here's a really cool little playbook that I've created. Creating essentially a webinar, turning that webinar to a blog post, turning that blog post to some quote images. And then some of the other things that I do is I attach the decks onto those sort of articles. So it's like a really media rich sort of landing page, and it just keeps giving. So with your content, you want to be able to leverage different forms of content. We're talking video, we're talking blog posts, we're talking short form video, long form video, podcasts, audios. There's so many different platforms in which you can kind of leverage the content. So what's your view in terms of like the best kind of platforms to start distributing your content, depending on who you are?
I think for me, the best type of platforms will have to kind of be fed into your values and your plan. If you are building a business that is based on you wanting to, get a lot more customers to buy a specific product, you may want to focus on videos or testimonial type videos. If you're building a service business where there isn't a live demonstration on your platform, you may want to do videos also, but you might be able to do carousels and do photos, like showing the journey in photographic evidence. So it has to really stem from who are you trying to talk to, and
Yeah.
also what your actual product or service is.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to start. You shouldn't just go, oh my God, Nike make big adverts, so I'm going to start making big adverts. That doesn't make sense. You know, like your business might actually be better placed for a series of photos or a series of videos that are shorter. Just because, you know, other giants, you know, these big conglomerate brands in your area have done X or Y or Z, doesn't mean that that's what your brand should be doing.
Shout out Cortez and that with the big drop.
But he didn't start there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
He's
But
there now, but he didn't start there.
an important topic to talk about is how do you actually make money from your content? Because everyone talks about, yo, content. We're building, we're linking up, we're creating, we're influencing. But at the end of the day, how do you actually make money from content if you don't have millions and millions of views? Like, what are the different strategies that we can kind of deploy, and what are some of the things that we've been looking at as well in terms of creating money?
I think some of the biggest things you can do to make money from your podcast or make money from your content, number one is you can literally start to record what you have and make it visually available in PDFs, in ebooks, in downloadables, because these are things you can license to clients. So in one of my startup brands, Underdog, I've been doing Adventure Club and getting people to go out and do stuff and paint. I've created a journal for the community. When I got booked to do a talk on resilience and how to overcome a confidence crisis that 3,000 employees at our business had, I was able to sell that business 2,500 digital copies of my book.
Damn,
I'd already made it.
you licensed it, yeah.
I licensed it and they paid me a fee.
That's such an important thing, licensing, because I don't hear a lot
And
about that.
It was downloaded
Yeah,
across 86 countries.
that's amazing.
I was like, damn, like people in Saudi Arabia, people in Netherlands,
Yeah.
France, Germany, USA downloaded it. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
And where did that content originate from? What
Just
what
made
was
it in my house. Like the
Love
content
that.
was a journal. Like I just wrote out like something that people should fill out every day to kind of like check their mood and also keep track of what they want to do next. And I created some early pages that were like insight pieces into your mindset, your resilience. And I gave it to a friend of mine, designer. I paid her a fee.
Yeah.
Turn it around in a week. So I had this downloadable thing
Yeah.
that people could just go and see. So we'll put a little visual here so you
Yeah.
get to see the Underdog Mentality booklet. And literally that book that I just made, you know, made me over £7,500.
Get into the bag.
You know, and
That's what we're talking about.
and like I haven't left my house for it. I haven't had to sell it but it's because I'm doing content. When people come to me asking me to do a talk, I can upsell.
I love that.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's an opportunity that you guys have as like one thing you could do straight away to make money back from your podcast or from being a content creator. The second thing is bookings. So people see that I'm talking about this topic, showing my expertise, sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
So I'm being booked as a facilitator, as a tutor for cohorts. I'm being booked as a mentor. I'm sometimes being booked to do free panels that then convert into business leads. I did one talk that was for 6 private entrepreneurs, and that one talk that I did for free, like lunch, made £15,000 from it.
What?
From people booking for after coaching sessions and for like go to market strategies. And this is within the last 12 months. So there's some really, really cool things you could do when it comes to your content. For you, I've seen, for example, your content, you've gone out and got coaching clients.
Yeah, exactly. That was one thing that I definitely want to talk about. Is
how about for you? Yeah, how can you make money back from podcasting straight being a content creator?
Yeah, I love that. So
before the 1,000 subscribers.
Before the 1,000, we don't know before that. So I'm a service type of guy. I've been doing marketing for a while. I talk a lot about marketing in the kind of podcast. And one way to really monetize and productize yourself is by providing coaching services. So a lot of people see me talking about marketing, Google Ads, go to market, this kind of thing on the podcast. And I kind of built a website and I kind of redid my website and started adding like coaching as a sort of service. And people have actually started reaching out to me, and I've had my first couple clients where they want to learn more around Google Ads. They're like, yo, we've seen your video, we've checked your LinkedIn, you're a certi guy, we've actually done our Googles, we've done our references, we know people that have worked with you, like when can we get started? When's our first session? And what we're talking about. And funnily enough, like a lot of the stuff that we talk about in the podcast, I'm kind of bringing that up in the kind of sessions, like a content engine. That's probably going to be the next session that I run with one of the clients is, you know, how do you build a content engine? Where do you start? How do you think about distribution? Especially for really early stage startups. So this startup they haven't even fully built their products yet, but they already know it's important to start putting out content out there and to start building a community of sorts. So yeah, that's what it's about. So I'm putting out the content out there. I've redone my website and I've kind of created a bit of a mini funnel where people can divert their attention from the videos to my website, from my website to booking a coaching call or maybe even a workshop. But coaching is the thing that I'm really excited about now and something that's new for me in 2023.
Love that. So those some quick gems. I think if I had to answer the question with like just real sound bites, like how to make money from your podcast in 2023, my top 5 things, I'd say number 1, have a library downloadable, a Gumroad, which is free, where people can download resources so you can get their data. Number 2, have a website, a very cheap website, Squarespace. Just start to put a personal brand to what you do so people can actually take you serious and purchase from you. Number 3, put your services up. The fact that you can create video, the fact that you can tell stories up on Fiverr, pull it up on different speaker bureaus, because then you'll find yourself getting bookings. Number 4, put up like a service where you teach people how to do what you do. That's another sip way. Like if you're here putting out 4 episodes a month or you're making 100 clips a month, there's businesses who want to know how to make their content more efficiently, connect with people. The fact that you're doing something consistently, you are connecting with people and building an audience. You don't need to be a million yet to do that. Like literally there are charities and small businesses that are struggling to just get consistency, and you could be a service provider for them, charging anywhere from £100 to £500 per day. And then on the other side, you can just grow. So yeah, those are my top tips. And number 5, be consistent. How about you? What 5 top tips or top 5 things you could do to make money from being a content creator or podcasting?
Yeah, I think something that we should talk about.
Probably start with these are 5 things.
Yeah, cool. So these are my top 5 things for how to get paid and make money from your content or your podcast in 2023. Number 1, before you even start your podcast, think about it strategically. Do I have an expertise in a certain type of niche, brand strategy for Gen Z, fashion, so on and so forth? If so, build your podcast around that and start using that as a funnel to drive clients towards you from a consulting perspective. Super easy way to kind of do things. Number 2, speaking engagements, just raising your profile and then putting out outbound messages to different festivals, different conferences, sending them clips, sending them your content, showing them what you're kind of talking about and asking, do you have space for bookings, and just inquiring, isn't it? I think that's a really good way to easily get paid from your podcast. And you'll be surprised how many people say yes once they kind of see the content. It builds some sort of perception in their mind that you're this cool specialist and we kind of need to have you on that stage talking your talk. So that's another one. A third way is, I think this one's actually pretty simple, but if you actually do it really consistently and you become good at creating podcasts and podcast episodes, you can teach other people how to do the same thing. I think that's an easy way. Yep. You can build your own course. This is something that we might look at. You can build we've literally built like Notion templates. So number 4, how to make money from your podcast or your content. It's all around processes, the processes around your content. We have a Notion master database with all of our content. That's just like a super useful database to kind of use. And we use that as a template. And this is something that we could sell in the kind of future. So think around your processes when you're creating content, and whether whether you've created like a valuable template that you can then sell to other people, which will come in handy. 4, 5. Okay, cool. Easy one. Merch. Yeah, you're doing the podcast, you're getting views, you're getting maybe thousands of views, maybe tens of thousands of views. What are you wearing? People are watching you, people are looking at you, especially if you're doing video. Wear your own merch and try to build like a merch store and try to sell some products. It doesn't have to be t-shirts, it could be mugs, you could do little product placements here and there, you could do pillows, you can use print on demand sort of websites to build these products, but start doing a bit of product placement for your own brand and your own merch in your podcast and your content, and see what kind of comes out of that, because that's always a great way to add revenue to your business and to make money.
Bow, 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 bow. And that was a quick segment on how to make money from your content in 2023. My guy. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, subscribe, give us feedback, give us reviews. And if you're interested in joining the Blocks of Bags private community, let us know in the DMs by following and showing that you follow, and we will get you added to the group chat. Peace and love.